Do I look good? 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 Oh my goodness. Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like, welcome to my base. My comments is very, very, very welcome. Fucking important because everything I say is important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people who like to smoke, people who like to drink, people who like ayahuasca, people who like escapism. Listeners' discretion is advised. And as I said before, any music that's here in the back is basically a copyright, whatever. Okay, it's fair use. And anyone who's watching me that's on the live on the YouTube, please answer a question. If I see you, then you say something, and then of course, then we shall have some ball. We have a ball game. Okay. I talk about multiple subjects. I get tired of writing all that shit in the information box. So I just pretty much put the title, what I put in the title today. I put down about the Hymen and podcast, man. Hello? Hello, can y'all guys hear me? Man, wait. I gotta find a way to fix this and shit. So what's going on, RM? What's going on, RM? RM, what's going on with you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So I'm doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I can't stand when people call in as soon as I start my stream yard. It's kind of weird, man. It's a weird feeling. It's like I'm not supposed to do this or some shit like that. You know, how you been, RM? You know, aren't you from you're from Bangladesh, correct?
Yes, yes, I am from Bangladesh.
And you have to speak up because your volume sounds a little low. Okay, you got my volume all the way up. Okay, and you sound very very low. I can't hear you. It's kind of hard to communicate. So how you been?
Yes, so actually right now, I have to take my fast, so that's why I woke up a few minutes ago. I know I'm a Muslim, so we are taking fast. This month is Holy Ramadan. Do you have any idea about this?
No. Please explain.
Okay, we are Muslim. Okay, we are Muslim. As a Muslim, we should take fasting. Do you know fasting?
Yeah, I know fasting. Most Americans don't fast.
Yeah. So whole month we take fasting.
That's very good, man. That's very good. I believe that the Muslim crusade is a very powerful thing for men, even though I don't care about the Elijah Muhammad's and I don't care about the Jesus and stuff like that. But religion is a great evil for a greater good. Okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, if you
Yes,
believe in a
you're right.
religion, you live in fear, so you can keep containment of your health. You keep containment of not living in the world of moralities. They have morals. You have morals in your life. Okay, every religion have a
Yeah.
different set of morals, which is cool because human beings lack the ability to have morality within themselves. That's most human beings today, correct?
Yes, you're right.
And so, if you are a Muslim, that's a much stronger religion than Christianity, because most Christians are hypocrites like crazy. The further east you go with the Muslim Brotherhood, okay, the more strict they become, and usually, if you don't have that foundation of strictness, the whore of Babylon will take over, the effeminate side, of the female, okay, and the female carries over that disease to the male itself. Do you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
so it's a
now,
good thing to be Muslim if you wish to be like that. Men like me is like I'm like the type of guy that's a Gnostic faith who creates religion. You know, like a lot of Jewish individuals, they create religion and the oligarchies of the Zionists and stuff. They create those things so mankind won't go back to the Dark Ages. You know what happened in the Dark Ages, right? I think it's the 500 BC or some shit like that. You know, what happened in the Dark Ages.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody was for themselves. Okay, so there was always war amongst one another and shit. And there was never no order because people believed in what they wanted to believe in. Okay, so religion is a great evil
yeah.
for a greater good. Okay, so let me ask you something. Okay, um, where's your video at?
Sorry.
Where's your video at? Is your video down?
Yeah, no, actually, I'm in dark. So actually, right now I'm in my room. So
Oh,
I
okay, so it's
didn't
okay.
on my light. Okay, so that's why you can't see me.
So let me ask you a question here. If you live in Bangladesh, where you live at in Bangladesh again?
So I live in Coxbazar. Coxbazar is a district under Chittagong division. So Chittagong is a division in Bangladesh.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, but if you know the Bible refrains from individuals believing in homosexuality, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's very looked down
yeah,
upon. And also, that's one of my topics for the day. Okay, it's about the simp. It's about actually, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too because I got multiple things I want to talk about. So that's one of the topics I want to talk about. I'm not gonna write all that shit down in my my description box because I get tired of it. If you want to listen, you listen. This is spitfire information, down the rabbit hole type shit. If you can't pay attention, you got to get out of here. If you don't know English, you got to get out of here. You know, I tell people to stay away from this channel because it's crazy down the rabbit hole type shit, and no one can keep up with me. Okay, because I'm gonna start my own radio broadcasting station and shit myself, and also I'm gonna do my own stream, different types of streams. I'm gonna try to do all sorts of crazy shit. But I'm also interested in helping you with your English too, as well.
yeah,
Yeah, we started a group. We started a small little group in which I tried to tell
yeah.
guys from your country to not say it's like, how you been? Okay, here, Steve has just joined the stream. How you been, stream? How you been, Steve?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Can you hear me clearly?
A little bit. I'm all right. I'm good.
Yeah. I can't stand this audio. I don't know what's going. Maybe because I'm using Streamer through my mobile app. So
Right.
basically, that's probably the reason why it sounds so low. Okay, but other than that, I can hear you, but it sounds very low. Okay.
So what's the good word?
So today's topic will be about. Okay, this is my friend RM. He's from Bangladesh. He came to me on a journey to trying to understand the English language. You know how they always say over in other countries, they always say, I want to speak American. It's not how to speak American. It's about how to speak English. Okay, because Americans are they speak in multiple accents in America. Okay, so don't say America, right?
Hey, forget about it. I could talk about, what I'm saying? Like I could talk about the New Yorker, you know what I'm saying? Right
Uh-huh.
there.
So again, talk about yourself, Steve. Oh yeah, let me say what my topic today is. My topic mainly today is going to be about the hymen and symbology. Okay, because I put the ology at the end of simp because people don't understand what it means to be a simp, and also I want people to understand what this hymen thing is about with the female vagina. Okay, I think there's a lot of misconstrued information out there versus those who are just doctors, quote unquote doctors, versus who actually have experience with, like a gynecologist like myself. Okay, so I just want to make that clear what this topics for today is. But what do you want to talk about, Steve? Anything you want to talk about? Let's go.
um, I'm just I'll ride the wave. I don't, I don't have anything specific, but
Okay, I'll don't worry. I'll start the conversation for you. Remember you told me we had a conversation. The only people that's getting on this stream is people I actually know. So that's what I want you to understand that these are the individuals I actually talk to here in their basis. I don't usually have a surprise person coming up on the stream, but me and Steve, we talked about how he picked up women in his past, right? You would talk to them like, come here. And you used to be an actor too as well, right?
yeah, I did two roles in two movies. About 10 seconds in one movie and like 8 seconds in another movie. But yeah, here's the thing. A lot of guys, what they do is they try to appease a woman. They try to, go and try to please them, make them smile, make them happy, impress them with this, impress them with that. What you're gonna get is a person that needs to be pleased and impressed all the time. But if you go over and say, "Hey, what's your name? Come here. I like you." What's just like that. When you give them orders and they respond to that, that's the type of woman that's going to stay with you, right? And if you go up and say, "Oh, I have a nice car," and she's going to like you for your car. If you tell them, "Hey, I make a lot of money," she's going to like you for your money. But if you go over to her and say, "Hey, get over here. What's your name? Do me a favor. Go get me go get me a glass of water," something like that. Then you're going to get a girl that's going to obey your commands. You understand? It's sort of like if you fish for fish, if you fish for fish with little worms, you're going to get little fish. But there's a YouTube video where this guy fished with an entire chicken. He's going to get a fucking bigger fish, and he did. He put a big fish, a big chicken on a hook, and he got a grouper, which is like fucking huge, right? It depends on what you do. How you set the stage is how you're going to get.
I tell guys all the time, I don't understand what all this simping shit is, man. I tell guys all the time, like you may believe this or not, but this is what I was told and I'm taught. My mama always told me, never stick your penis in a female. You get a red pecker, red lung, some shit like that. In so many words, don't stick it in a female who's already been exposed to, in so many words. I know she wasn't a virgin, so I got that in my head. That's how I got fucking OCD and shit. And then I started improvising on shit because I kept getting rejections when I was younger. Since I had the gift of the gab, I try to charm them a little bit. Then I give them orders. I tell them what they should be doing and shit. And I think that's the best approach rather than just being pussyfoot around it. Because if you're alpha and you put everything on the table, you wouldn't have to worry about all this bullshit running around type shit. Okay, this is my brother. He's the first time pop up on here. How you been, PTYM Nation? What's going on, brother? Thomas, hey, what's going on? Okay, let me unmute your mic. Okay, you gotta allow your phone to accept the audio. You gotta say yes. Okay, yes. Turn on your audio. Your phone has to make sure it's accepted. You gotta go into your menu. Okay. I can't unmute your mic because it doesn't. You can't unmute they chose to mute themselves. Unmute it. There's a mute button there. Okay, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be like, when you unmute your mic, okay, then Thomas, then we can hear you. Unmute your mic. So Steve, as we was talking before, so continue what you was talking about, Steve. Steve, are you there? Yeah, you gotta unmute your mic if you want to talk. I can't unmute you. Yeah, can you hear me, Steve?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, Thomas?
Oh, there you go. I
All
could
right,
barely hear y'all
It's
though.
the first time being on the show. How you been? What's going on? I was just talking about the Simpology and women's Hymen. I got plenty other stuff to talk about. Never come on the show without something to talk about. But if you just want to listen, you can. So explain yourself of what the PTYN Nation is. And also, so I can show you Cash App as well. Okay, go ahead.
Well, PTYM Nation is about people just pressing towards their own dreams and goals. They're definitely always pressing towards their mark. So it's one thing that I always felt that people always got their own special dreams and what they believe in. They have to make sure they're ready to reach deep inside their heart and go for what they believe in, not what others tell them or what others want them to be.
Okay, that sounds like some motivational shit like that. That sounds like a Tony Robbins.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's a great thing to do, man. And so
Yo, something's
Steve,
wrong. It should be coming through my speaker. Why it's not coming through my speaker?
I have no idea, man. I'm actually using my phone through the StreamYard. You know, sometimes when people try to call me, I have it actually muted and stuff, you know, so nobody won't like disturb the call, because sometimes people would pop up in here, you know, try to call me while I'm on the stream sometimes, which is disturbing again. You know, you should be able to turn on your speaker and come back, go out, and you can come right back in. Can you still hear me, Steve?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Speaking.
Steve. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So Steve lives in New York. Don't you live in New York, Queens, right?
Queens, Astoria, Queens, New York.
Yeah, we was talking about you know, Simpology. We was talking about how to control women and stuff in your own way, okay? And PTY Nation, he's talking about inspirational stuff, like teaching and being an inspiration for individuals. You know, go ahead, Thomas, what you were saying, and then we'll talk to you about what we was talking about earlier, Steve.
You got
I
it.
really can't hear right now. I'm having trouble hearing y'all. So y'all going in and out.
Yeah, this network has to stop, okay? We'll get it done. We'll get it
Once
fixed.
I get that quick, I'll let y'all know.
Hold on, let me see something for you for a minute here. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this problem. Because someone called me from Nigeria, right? And next thing you know, the signal is kind of messed up. It got a little messed up because he called in and shit. And he be calling at weird times and stuff because his time is different from over there. Can you hear me, Thomas? Can you hear me?
Very little. It's coming through my regular headset and not my speaker.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna refresh my screen and everything. And then I'm gonna come right back in. Y'all come right back in. Let's hold on for a minute. Let me see if I can come right back in. Stay here for a minute. Hold on, let me see something.
Did you freeze up?
Okay, I'm back. Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me better now, Steve? Steve, can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. I can't hear.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Come back in, and then come back out, okay? Okay. Can you hear me now, Steve? Okay. We got some technical difficulties, but it's okay. And I can hear myself a little better and shit for some reason. RM, are you okay? Are you still there?
Yes,
I can
I'm
hear you
listening
much
you.
better. Yeah, I can hear you much better now. I had to go in and come right back out.
Okay, it's okay.
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you, RM.
So, what's happened in there?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think it's network problem.
Yeah, it probably is, but I can hear you very clearly. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you properly.
Okay.
Perfectly.
Yeah, I had to refresh my data and shit in the back for some reason and shit. I just had to come in and come right back out. They'll come right back in if they get the chance. But other than that, you know, as you heard that Steve, he had an accent. You heard his accent? He's from the Queens. He's from Queens, New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from Queens, New York, and you can see how strong his accent is. And I try to tell guys, I tell you guys all of the time that you basically don't. It's not about your You know, it's about English, but it's about your accent being too strong. So if you're trying to learn English, you basically is going to have to. Okay, let me see. He came back in. Is that better now?
No, still going through this headphone.
You shouldn't use your headset. You got to use your phone.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't have my headphones connected, but I'm just using a regular headpiece instead of me. I got to put the phone to my ear just to hear y'all.
Oh, then you got to turn up your volume, or you know what you got to do probably? You're going to have to go into your device care, right? And turn off some of your background. There's some background running in the background. And I think it's called device care. You got to refresh your phone. And then it'll turn off the background. Background applications are running. If the background applications are running, it's harder to hear. Okay? Because that's what I got to do to my phone. I can hear RM clearly now. I can hear you very clearly.
Oh.
Maybe you put your headsets in. It might work better.
That's what I'm about to do now.
All right.
I'm about to see if I can find me some headphones, plug it up.
Okay. Yeah, but today's topic, I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to talk about it real simply. Okay. Simpology is the science of not understanding what a simp is, okay? Or it is to understand what a simp is. The science of being a simp. Okay. And the simp is usually someone who settles for a mediocre type pussy. And I try to tell guys all of the time, stop settling for mediocre pussy or sucker entering mediocre pussy. That's what it means. Sucker entering mediocre pussy. I got a phone call. Yeah, okay. Steve won't be in because he got a phone call. You gotta, sometimes when someone call in, if someone calls in, it may disturb the call. It may disturb the call because we are mobile. I'm using my mobile. I'm not using the desktop. Okay. And a lot of guys don't tend to understand what that simp means. So I try to tell them, okay, snap out of that. Stop, charge into the game if you have to. Okay. Other than that, he probably going to leave and come back. That's my brother. He's the first time he showed up on my show. So RM, do you understand? You heard my brother's accent? You heard his accent?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. So go ahead with your comment. Okay, what you wanted to talk about?
Okay, just I'm.
Go ahead.
Listening. What are you discussing about? The homosexual. I don't know properly. I have no idea about that topic. Okay, just
Okay.
I can't express in English, but I can explain in my own way in my native speaker. But I can't explain in English right now.
Okay, a homosexual is someone.
So could you tell me about that?
A homosexual is someone who prefers to sleep with a man rather than a woman. Okay, it's not a natural occurrence. Okay, it's like more like a fetish. Okay, there's a lot of people with psychological dysfunctions who believe that sticking their penis up a shitty ass. You know what shitty is? Dookie ass. RM. Keep your mic unblocked because I'm talking to you. Do you know what the word shit means? RM? Hello, RM?
Yes.
Do you know what the word shit means?
So actually, I can't hear you properly. Your voice is broke down sometimes. I think it's due to a network problem. I can't hear you properly.
Oh, okay, because it's raining out here. It's really raining. It's raining out here. Is it raining out in your country?
No.
No, but it's raining out. Where I'm at, it's
right now.
Yeah, where I'm at is raining right now.
Yeah. Okay, so right now I can hear you properly.
Okay, because Ariam is calling from Bangladesh. Okay, how we met? We talked on the internet, and he discovered me, basically because I talk very quickly and they want to learn the. I want to talk like an American, but it's really not that. You know, don't say you want to talk like American. You say you want to talk English, okay? Because there's many different types of
Yeah.
accents in America. Well, you know, do you know what the word shit means?
What ship?
Shit. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know what? Do you know what the word shit means? Shit.
Shit. Okay, I know.
Okay. What is it?
um.
Shit is feces. You go to
Hello.
the toilet. You go to the bathroom.
Yes. Yes.
But you know what?
But
Homosexuality is a fetish. Okay. If a man is born a man
okay.
and he has a penis, sometimes in multiple, he might want to be. He might be a closet freak. He might be a person who's quite interested and don't know how it feel. Okay. So he loses his hereditary,
Okay.
his heterosexualness, and he's curious. He's called bi-curious.
Mm,
And so he'd be a closet freak, like a lot of black rappers and shit, because they like to get it fucked up the ass, okay? And so they don't really exploit themselves like
okay.
that, but sometimes they have to give up their ass to get that money, okay? And so if they're
Okay.
desperate, they'll become shitty. They want to fuck you up your
Yeah.
shitty ass. All right, and that's a hard thing to do
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
what I learned, a female tried to stick her finger up my ass, and I got highly offended. So I smacked her in the head. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is your problem? Okay. And she said I had a tight ass. Okay. And I'm like, I don't want nothing up my ass. You know what comes out of my ass? Shit comes out of my ass. Okay. I don't give a fuck how many good spots are up in there. Shit comes out of my ass. I don't want no shit, nobody sticking shit in something on my ass. You know that? And this is the problem with
Oh.
homosexuals.
Okay.
They're either were trained that
Oh.
way. Yeah, they were either trained that way, they become curious that way, or they become desperate that way. In African tradition, to be an homosexual it means death. Just like in the Muslim communities, if you do anything in such a things like that, they'll kill you over there. Especially niggas don't need to be going up
Yeah.
that. Niggas don't need the black people, African people don't need to be going up no ass because they're long enough. So they have no time for it. That's for medium-sized men to small men, and they think like that sometimes. And that's a habit for a lot of men who tend to want to stick it up the ass. And if there's a man who's a large anaconda, who has a large cock, who want to go up in there, that's a fetish that he wants to do for women to please them the best way he can. He's a simp. He's a simp master for those type of females. So that's where the origins of fucking. It's a genetic thing too. I was doing some research, and I found out that there are individuals. There's a gay gene. Yes, there is, and they try to hide it. You know, they talk about the warrior gene. They talk about there's many different types of genes. I can't think of them all now, but that's the two most controversial type of genes. The warrior gene I've read about, and also this homosexual gene. But they kept it out of wraps. They kept it
Mm.
under wraps. Okay. So you don't want to be a homosexual, but there's a lot of people who are. There's a lot. It's made me Milano the crackers. They love to be here, from the Greek boys to the Roman boys. They love that shit. Okay. All
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
a black thing. It's not a black thing to be homosexual. Okay. Trust me, it's not a black thing to be
Okay.
homosexual. Okay. So they do these
Oh.
things because it's a fetish, and basically, what is this? And it's a choice. Some people say it's not a choice.
Okay.
Well, it is a choice, yeah. And they say then some people say it's not a choice. I'm like, everything is a choice. Okay, everything's a goddamn
Yeah.
choice. Now, let's say, for instance, somebody's trying to kill you. You either have a choice to fight, okay, unless you get caught up in
Mm.
stasis or some shit. Somebody have a magical spell or wand. The only time you don't have a choice is if you're frozen solid. You have a fucking choice, okay? Everything you have a choice. Unless the floor
Yes. Yes.
falls. If the floor falls underneath your feet, right? You have a choice to do nothing,
Yeah.
or you have a choice to try to survive. So there's a choice there, right? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's where homosexuality comes from. It comes from either you're born with it, that gene that you're more prominent to gravitate towards that sexuality, or it could be a fetish. You might be curious about it, or maybe somebody may bribe you to pull down them drawers or even rape you, but you're not homosexual if you got raped. If you got raped, that's a high offense. That's an abomination, okay? But
Mm.
just for someone to be a homo, you got to actually unplug your ass. Did you know that? You know what that means?
Uh,
Somebody got
no, I
on
don't
your ass.
know.
Yeah, you have shit
I don't
particles
know.
up in your ass, right? You have shit particles up your ass, and so what happens? You have to get a butt plug, to pull out all of the feces out of your ass, so they can just stick it up in there. I didn't know that shit. Okay, I saw that
Okay.
shit on
Yeah.
fucking porn, and I was like, fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy, man. But anyway,
Yeah.
okay. Do you know what how you been? Okay, let me just highlight these individuals here. Otto my boy, Germany, says hello. And the XY Ghost said, I'm on YouTube. How have you been? What's going on with y'all? Okay. Anything y'all want to talk about? We can talk about it. That's what we're down the rabbit hole about. RM, do you know now you know what homosexuality is?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about the hymen. You know what a hymen is, right?
Mm. Okay.
The,
Hymen.
the hymen, especially in Africa, is a thin layer of skin that's right underneath the clitoris. It shows if the female
Okay.
is a virgin or not. Okay, if she's not a virgin,
Yeah.
it will be broken. Okay, scientists always say that depending on the female, okay, which is true,
Yeah.
it can be broken in various ways, but you're gonna need a lot of friction and force in order to break it. Okay, so from my perspective, from my testimonials
Yeah.
in Africa, they always keep their women's hymens in check. Okay, so that's why I try to tell guys is that
Mm.
in certain African countries, okay, if a female loses that hymen,
Mm.
she's definitely
Mm.
exiled from the group. You heard about these traditions?
Yes. Yes. It's about wedding. Wedding day. It's one kind of wedding day.
Mm-hmm. Even in the Bible, it talks about in Deuteronomy, if the female is found out, you have sex before marriage. I don't understand what this philosophy is about getting married to find out if she's a virgin. No, it doesn't work that way. You find out early on if she's a virgin. And what happens in Deuteronomy,
Mm.
if a man finds out she's not a virgin, she gets stoned to death. She literally gets stoned to
Mm.
death. And then
Mm.
basically, if somehow they catch the man lying, okay, and then she showed her bloody sheets and shit in the bed, that man is stoned to death. Or not really stoned to death, but he gotta pay a charge or some shit for breaking her, which I think is kind of one sided though. I think it should work both ways. You know what I'm saying? I think it's wrong for all religion is a patriarch. Okay, it tends to cater towards men.
Mm.
You understand this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, way
Yeah.
before religion, way before the male patriarch occurred for religion, there was a goddesses and stuff. There was a great war. You probably heard of this war over tens of thousands of years ago. There was the
Mm.
goddesses, and now there's the
Mm.
gods. Okay, there were many queens who were in
Okay.
power back in those days. And what happened is that there was a great war. Now we don't no longer have goddesses anymore. We have gods, and we have a new patriarch, which is in religion itself. But that's what the hymen is about. The hymen is that you can easily tell if you observe enough, you'll find out that I've encountered two virgins in my life. Okay,
Mm.
and the first girl I could
Well.
not get in. I couldn't get in the first girl I was talking to. The second girl was my wife, which I have now, and it took like 3 days just to
Mm.
get in. Yeah, it took 3 days to get in, and it's very bloody. It's very fucking.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a question. Okay, how many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids. This is my second one. Yeah, she's the noisy one. She's the
Mm.
very noisy one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's cool.
Say hello.
Hello. Oh wow.
Yeah, she's my second one. I told my wife, I said, this is not my baby. I have to kill her because I do believe in that murder, death, kill shit. I think most most women need to be put in the grave, especially if they're unstable as hell. As alpha as I am, I usually give women a warning before I even deal with them in the first place. But I got lucky and I found my wife in Ethiopia and shit. And she lived with her parents and stuff. So other than that, a lot of guys say I'm extremely lucky.
How's it going?
Huh?
Oh. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It took a long process, but other than that, okay,
Mm.
you got to be patient with women. She got to give you what you need, and you got to ask for what you need. Okay, and if she don't want to give it up, she's a waste of your time. Just like what Steve was talking about. Steve was talking about how you can approach women on a direct approach basis. You got to approach women on a direct basis. I don't do that type of shit. I'm not that cruel. I hope he shows back up though. But other than that, sometimes the network does act up. But I will talk about other subjects, whatever you like to talk about. So what else is in your mind? What else would you like to know? RM?
Yeah.
Yeah. Syed is supposed to pop up today. He was supposed to pop up. He didn't pop up. Maybe because it's the weather out there. I don't know.
Hello.
So Atta, my boy, Germany, what's going on with you? You have any questions about this particular type of topic we're talking about?
No, actually, I have no questions about that. So, what is the time right now in there?
The time right now, what the hell? The time right now, why is my phone doing that? Okay, the time right now is 5:44 p.m.
Okay.
And your time should be like about, let me see, 10 plus 5 is 15. That's you're about 3:45 a.m. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
military time. You know, like this is how you do military time. You basically if you want to add 7 hours to 5, you get 12. So you know it's 12.
12. Yeah, we are 12 hours ahead from your country.
Yeah, if you want to add 12 hours, that'll be 17. So you take the 7, you take the second digit.
Yeah.
You take the second digit.
Yes.
If it's in the 10s, if it's in the 20s, you always take the second digit. That second digit is going to be a singular number in which you have to go 2 steps backwards. Like, for example, if it's an odd number, let's say it's a 7, you got 17, right?
Yes. 17.
If you get 17, you take the 17 and you take the 7 itself and you go backwards 2 numbers. That's a 5. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's how you get, like, for example, if you get 20, you get 20 o'clock, right? 20 o'clock, you look at the second digit. The 0 represents 10, okay? You have to think like that in your head. You have to put it in your head. The 0 represents 10, okay? And then you go 2 numbers backwards. That's 8, see? If you get 21, the numbers go from 0 to 24 hours, right? So 0 is technically 12 a.m. Okay? And then if you go 24 hours is you look at the 4, see the 4. And then you go back to 2 numbers, you get 2. So that's technically 12 a.m. See?
Yeah, at 12 a.m. Yes. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So let me see. Sometimes they don't have. Say after 24, there's a 000. Okay, so that's like, I think I got that wrong. If it says 24 hours, no, there is no 24 hours. It's 23. Okay, it's 23. And then it goes to 0. Yeah. It's 23, and then it goes to 0. Okay, yeah. And then after 0, then it goes 01. Okay, so now you know it's 1 a.m. Okay, yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
Because some phones actually have 00, and some phones have 24 hours. Okay? And some phones have 00, and you'd be like, what the hell? 00. 00 is actually 24 hours. Yeah. So what else would you like to talk about?
Okay. So I want to talk about our Bengali language. Do you have any idea about our Bengali language? And also, do you understand our Bengali language?
No, but if I did come into your country, I would learn it as I was there. I don't know anything about Bangladesh. I do know about 22 words in Amharic. Okay, your country goes in Arabic. You go in Arabic, right? Arabian.
No, we're not Arabians, but we have own culture, own tradition, own history, and also own language. Okay,
Okay.
so most of the foreigners also wanna learn our Bengali language. So our Bengali language is pretty cool, and also everyone can learn easily, very easily our Bengali language. Okay,
Okay.
so many Canadian and also Italian, also many American also can speak our Bengali language. Okay, so most
That's
of
mainly
the
white folks. That's mainly white folks. That's mainly white folks in Milano. Okay? Black people don't got no time to learn your language. When I went to Ethiopia, right? I was shocked at how many people who don't know English, okay? And I was like, yo, your schools, their
yo,
national language is not English. I understand it. It's in Amharic, and I feel that every country should
yeah,
know English because if you don't know English, you're losing out on 50% of the
yeah,
technology that's out there. You can't even communicate on the YouTube or Facebook without knowing the general masses. Most of the people who's on these YouTubes and these Facebooks are knowledge of English. Okay, so why not make that the national language of the world? Okay, I don't understand that. Okay, but I
mm,
understand the history of this world. This world, we have many individuals who were brought here from different planets and created, bioengineered on this planet. There's a lot of the creation stories, but other than that, I think everybody, I think that if we all know one language, we'd be a dangerous motherfucking species. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
I do believe. Remember the story of
So,
the Tower of Babel? The Tower of Babel. It was knocked down because we came together too closely, and the demiurge god
mm,
knocked it down. They knocked it down. The demiurge god. The God in the Bible, all of the gods in the Bible, or any religion, is a demiurge god. Please understand that. That's a
mm,
physical essence. That's a physical essence of this world. On the other side is pure peace
mm,
or pure chaos, depending on where you want to go with your vibrational frequencies. But other than that, understand this is a physical plane. This is a prison planet. You're trapped in these bodies
mm,
until you want to leave. And that makes the most sense because you
mm,
can't leave your body now. You can't leave your body right now, right? So you're trapped.
mm.
So common sense would say we got to have some sort of containment to keep ourselves in order, so we won't kill each other. We won't kill ourselves.
Mm, okay. So, thank you so much for adding me in this live stream. Okay, I really appreciate about that.
Okay, and so
It's really
you want
great
to
of
you
you know you
can stay in and listen, or you can leave if you want. Okay, it's up to you.
yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity for me, because I didn't get any opportunity to join this type of live stream. Okay,
Okay.
so I think it's really great opportunity for me.
Yeah, you have great
So
opportunities. If you talk to Syed, I'm trying to give all the information to Syed so you can have to start a bank account because you can send money through Western Union, but that's a long process. If you're trying to get money from Americans, if you're trying to get your equipment, it's very important to get your equipment
yeah,
so you can talk to the world because that's what Syed is doing. Like, he's really on the big role. Okay, so he speaks 4 different accents and stuff. He was on my other show. He was on my StreamYard a little while ago. He spoke very fluent English. Okay,
mm,
but if you
yeah,
do what he does and you practice like once a month, even Trevor, I don't know if you know who Trevor is, but Trevor is a very
mm,
well known comedian. He's extremely funny. He knows a multitude of different accents. He said it takes him about a month. And I was like shocked. That was really good. I don't know a whole lot of accents. I just know hillbilly. I know some kind of a little bit of Hispanic. I mix it and mash it up. I don't know it too well. I talk a
okay.
little bit Cantonese a little bit, but that's about it. But I don't try to flaunt it too much though. Because
Mm.
people look at me like, "Oh, you just looking down on the small people." I said, "No, I'm not." Okay, wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think I should go right now, because I feel very sleepy right now.
All right. You take it
Okay.
easy, man. You get some sleep. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, thanks again. And so I owe you again. Yeah.
You don't owe me anything. I'm just glad to meet you. Okay?
Yeah. So thank you so much for being with me.
All right.
Take care.
You have a good sleep. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Thank you.
Later. So, as you already know, I'm playing the desk. My brother tried to pop up on here, but he probably needs a new phone and shit. He has to refresh his phone and update his data and stuff and turn off the backgrounds because he uses his phone for other stuff. But that's the first time my brother popped up on my stream, y'all guys. Okay, but of course, I'm Steve. He was talking about how y'all guys should just be real direct with women if you got that charm, that machoisticness with you, and it can actually work as well. Me, I take the approach by making women smile and then give them directives because if I'm making you smile, then of course there's gonna be a little problem with that. Okay. But other than that, let's go on with the next subject. If y'all got anything to say, y'all guys, okay, let me see. XP goes and Otto, my boy, Germany. Okay, you go ahead and speak it. Okay. Now, what is it?
Oh,
What is it?
good.
No, she's sleeping.
It's Papa versus Papa.
Okay, very good. I'm on the video chat. Okay, don't bother me now here. So now let's talk about some other stuff. I want to talk about the movie. Okay, Kick Ass, because in the movie Kick Ass, you can move over there. The music, back up. Okay, like I said, it's copyrighted. I have fair use act. Do not fuck with, please. All right. Okay, you hear music in the background. Don't think I'm using it for fucking monetization. Okay. All right. Now, as I said, I talked about the origins of fucking homosexuality. I talked about the hymen, which is not easily broken. Okay, I don't believe in that shit because I just don't understand that. That shit is full of lies and pack of bullshit. Most of the time, they broke it themselves. They stuck something in that hymen and shit. But anyway, I digress here. And also from testimonials, it said, "Yay, the hymen is not easily broken." Africans tell me this shit. The hymen is not easily broken by riding on horses. I said, I believe that too. I'm like, God damn, it took me 3 days to get in. So what the fuck is she doing in the meantime? She's sticking things in there or some shit like that. I don't know for what you got to say. That shit ain't easily broken. But anyway, if you just stay on the outside, you'll be safe. Now let's continue on now. Let's talk about the politics of control. I want to talk about this subject because of the fact that people don't understand how this world works. If we don't have two parties, it could be four parties. I don't give a fucking flying monkey's ass. It's the elite that controls everything in this fucking world. Because if you don't have the elite controlling this world, we will go back to the Stonehenge medieval times. Do you understand me? You don't want to go back to the Stonehenge medieval times because there's all sorts of powers that may be out there, different species and shit, who basically want to kill you just because you're living or you're just walking around and shit. They have their own set of mind. Think about it. America has the most evolved fucking, Declaration of Independence there is, and everybody should take note about that. Okay, please understand there's two sides of the coin, and they're both the same hand. You should know that the all-seeing eye sees everything. The big brother sees everything. But there's always some groups like China or the Communist Party and shit to try to take over another country. You see right there, we got countries that's warring with each other. It's not even the people's fault. It's those people who have that much intelligence to come together and create these gangs and shit, which you may call them gangs or a fucking government, and to try to take over the people of the Commonwealth. Okay, you got to understand that. And you look at fucking North Korea. You got the communist country. Those are tyrants over there. They don't fuck around. Those people are fucking starving. They're fucking hungry and shit. It's fucked up. But think about it. The best country in the world to live in, the most balanced country to live in, is in America. Think about that type of shit. You know, you have racism over here. You have racism almost every country, especially if the nigga looks fine. Okay, god damn it, man. They gonna have racism to people because they have intellectual IQs higher than yours, and then you get mad and jealous and shit, and they'll tell somebody and shit, right? But let's continue on here. Politics of control is very simple. Okay, the elite control us, so we won't prevent our asses. So we won't go back to the dark ages. We need someone in power like the democracy, the Democrats and the Republicans. Independents, I don't give a fuck what side and sect you do. But everybody knows about the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. We already know that's the two major ones right there, okay? You either join them or leave them, okay? And they both do the same thing. They feed into the conglomerate of the illuminated ones. All right. They say I heard they was making through an FBI agent, they was making over 35 million fucking dollars an hour because of our, most human beings are just petty. Okay. They're always looking for a handout. They're too lazy. They don't want to do anything about that. So this is why you need politics. You're going to need two organizations or even more than that to control the masses of asses, because the masses asses, like most of you, are getting out of hand. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to be sheeps. You're going to be sheep. You're going to fall into one of these categories. which is going to be religion, occult, like fucking Heaven's Gate and shit, or you're going to fall into some temptation to do something that you don't want to really do. All right, let's continue on in here. I wanted to talk about the movie called Kick-Ass. Okay, the movie Kick-Ass, okay, it's basically, you know, y'all saw that movie with fucking Nicolas Cage, excellent fucking actor, man. That movie was top of the line, man. It had a twist in there that I didn't think that was gonna happen, but it did motherfucking happen. But the moral of the story is that when I was first watching it and he shot that bullet and that slug and then hit his own daughter's chest and shit, I was like, what the fuck am I fucking watching? What the fuck am I motherfucking watching? So the moral of what I'm saying is that if you raise your daughters to be like men, they'll be better off in life. If you raise your daughters to be like feminine bitches who just don't want to have no order and they don't want to be into polygyny and share their man, then it's up to you, okay? The feminist movement was created by the illuminated ones so it can cause chaos and destruction. As you should already know, there you go, okay? They monopolize on the chaos and destruction. And you know, for over about 20 years, between the 40s and the fucking 60s, between the 50s and 60s, I'm told by the cracker. They told me straight up that was the golden age where everything was peaceful until the women got out of hand. And as I said before, the black woman encouraged the white woman, and I was correct too. And I did some research on Gloria Steinfeld and shit. She basically was encouraged by black women herself, 10 times more likely to stand up for their rights. And so those white women said, fuck the Bible. We're going to do what we want to do, and we can work too. It's just as much as the man can. So a handful of them, just like the Me Too movement, got together and say, hey, we all being abused. We want to, now you working now, right? So we all equal. Are we all equal? No, we're not equal, because women will get their ass whipped if they stand up to a man. Okay, so we know that's a fucking fact. So they're not equals. They want equal rights, so we're going to give it to them. So there you go. They make more money. Now let's continue on now here. So we talked about kick-ass and raising your daughters. Raise your daughters to the point that where they won't have to worry about not having something in common with the man, okay? Because that's the main problem with society when you didn't raise your daughter the correct way, right? I can't wait till my daughters get open so I can kick them out at the age of 13 because I want them to try me, just like my wife. My wife, see, call the police, bitch. Call the police. You're gonna be like that. You're gonna be 10 steps ahead. You say they ain't gonna do you no good because they got limitations. They got limitations on what they do. And then you got to do a goddamn Ted Bundy like the fucking true alpha male he was, okay? But don't get caught. Don't get caught, motherfuckers. Because most women need to die. When I say most women need to die, I'm not talking about the smart ones, okay? I'm talking about the ones that basically cause chaos on purpose and shit, to feed off of white daddy and shit. But the illuminated ones that did this themselves, they did that shit, okay? They say, okay, yeah, let them feed off the welfare system. But that keeps order, though. Welfare keeps things in order. Sometimes you got to have a great evil in order to have a great good. So now I'm talking to the near hour. I'm really disappointed with this 5G. We ain't gonna have this shit with the 5G here. We better not have this shit with this 5G. As so many sacrifices are made for the 5G. If it's true, if we got nanotechnology blood in ourselves and we already got injected by the fucking flu virus, I don't give a fuck about my flying ass. If this 5G, we won't have no drop calls. We gonna have no audio problems. We better not have shit. I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna be bad. I paid the extra fucking 113,000 or some shit like that just to pay for these fucking phones, and you ain't got no 5G, and they got a satellite across the street. But anyway, we talked about the movie Kick-Ass, how it was an awesome movie, and I ain't gonna spoil it for you. But anyway, there was a moral understanding in which you have to learn in that movie. You raise your daughters like men, and they'll be better off. They'll be survivalists. Sometimes I see white men in the woods training their daughters how to shoot weapons and bow and arrow. I said that's a great fucking thing, so they can survive on their fucking own. Also, you can teach them about business, okay? All right, teach them about business and shit. Y'all don't know what I do that shit for your daughters. If you want to be so equal, you gotta teach them the shit how to be equal. Because you know goddamn well when you have a conversation with a woman, you don't have a conversation with a woman. You just take her out to eat and try to get some panties and shit. I don't do that. I have conversations with women, and they always say to have a fine ass, fucking fire ass conversation, but they don't have a conversation. They're boring as hell. I said, let's get some more education. Let's get on the internet and start talking about multiple subjects, okay? You know, I met like 2 dragon females in my life and shit, and I had a fire conversation, right? There we go. Try to find those females, have something in common, have some standards as an alpha male. All right. So the yellow pill, as I said before, I'm the one who created the motherfucking all them pills and shit back in the days. I think it was late 90s or some shit. I started making up pills and shit like that and say, you take a chill pill, okay? You take a chill pill, motherfucker. And also take some advice from the pimps. And I said, okay, this pill is for this for a pill. And I put that shit out there. And somehow now this shit is popping its ugly head. We got MGTOW, we got red pill. I didn't create the MG pill. I didn't create the red pill. I said, that's a nice ass pill though. I see it, but the thing is that they complain too much. MGTOW complains too much. Let's continue on now here. Since I talked about Simpology, Simpology is the misunderstanding or the understanding of what it is to be a simp or what is not to be a simp. It's the science of understanding and not understanding, because a lot of guys out there don't even understand the psychology of being simp. Okay, you you doing all this shit for this female. You at least better get some trade. Okay, you better make sure you're getting paid, but you're going to give up your dick for free. And you're going to give up your money for free for some one pussy? You a simp, motherfucker. You a fucking simp. You can change from it, but don't get mad because I'm calling you a simp. All right. Okay. I lost my virginity when I was 31 years old. Two-way virgin. Okay. You know, I fuck with used vaginas with strap-ons. You can do the same thing too, motherfucker. Don't get mad at me. Okay. Now, okay. Okay, let me, so now I explain to you how a lot of guys who think they're not simps, okay, are simps. Okay. And I wish Donovan stopped fucking teaching guys how to bang multiple women and fuck that shit. No, 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 no. Don't teach him that shit. Lots of men are still wet behind the fucking ears and shit. So let's continue on here. My opinion about research, medication, vitamins, herbs, foods, the placebo effect, and also the connection to ethnic races and blood types. And I'm gonna tell you right now with this shit. Most of this shit, to me, I truly believe is fucking placebo effect. They did that shit in a study and shit, found that shit was 60 to 70% accurate. They will give you some aspirin and shit, and that's just nothing but a sugar pill. And next you know, you start feeling good about yourself. So there you go. Ding ding, motherfucker. Even including food. You can take vitamins. You think that you feeling good, but they poison your ass slowly and shit. They're trying to keep us from living for so long. It's people don't live no past no fucking 120 years old, babies. Nobody lives past it, because they have to poison us. That's the illuminated ones doing that shit. They're not going to tell you to go to the Amazon and pick out fruit that can extend your life. They're not going to tell you that shit because they know that shit. They live for 200 years. Back in the days, humans were very prominent to live probably 500 some years, but they got to stop that shit. The great manna tree is destroyed now. The great manna tree, hey, you're going to have to turn that down, okay? All right, thank you, baby. I'm about to get off. I love you. Yeah, I got to understand this great manna tree is no longer in shit. Look at the Devil's Tower if you want to understand what I'm saying about the manna tree. There were giants amongst us at one time. Okay, so please understand that all of the shit that you research about, this understanding that even vitamins and herbs and foods and stuff like that, and even you walk outside, you may be getting poisoned, so they can't affect you. You're going to get affected one way or another. Okay, it's going through your skin. You're taking a shower almost every fucking day. Goddamn it, shit. And your ass don't know shit about the placebo effect. Y'all motherfuckers, I'm gonna put that shit down there because I think that's a very important topic. Placebo effect, okay? Okay. Now I know placebo. There we go. Placebo effect. Placebo effect. Okay. Now you look that shit up in your own spare time. Okay. Okay. This stream was not perfect because I started off, I got this guy from Nigeria, he calls me at the weirdest time, man. He called me at the weirdest time. He can't pop up on my show, but he'll call me and shit. I'm like, why are you calling in the middle of the fucking, and it disturbed my fucking in my stream. And I wanted my brother from the PTYMs to talk about his shit that he's trying to do, get this shit on. But I'm gonna advertise this stuff, and I'm gonna advertise fucking Steve. I'm gonna advertise fucking REM. You come on my show, I have to advertise who you are so they can get into contact with you. We talk about multiple subjects, and I talked about all these things on this piece of paper. You come with one thing to talk about, we on fire. You don't have one thing to talk about, you can listen in and shit like that and interject and shit. Just make sure your goddamn phone is working, okay? All right. I love you all, but I hate the many of you. I'm getting the hell out of here. You need something to eat. As I told you before, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you that I made some goddamn fire ass fucking neck bones and shit. This is how you get a crock pot. You put some neck bones in that motherfucker on the bottom. You put a little bit of oil and you put mostly water. You put some vinegar in it. You put some lemon in it. Okay. You put all your seasons in there. Okay, and you'll have some pickled fucking neck bones, and that shit is fire, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's fall off the bone 2 to 3 hours, man. 2 to 3 hours. I put mine for 3 hours to make it extra fucking soft and shit. I just put like some sweet potatoes in that motherfucker, and I'm like, I put some onions, and that's all I put in there. I put ground cumin in there, Hymen. Okay, I put some fucking curry. Okay, I put some fucking turmeric in there. I put some parsley in there. I put all these different herbs and vegetables in there, but we all gonna be poisoned anyway. And I boil that shit, and in the house be smelling real good. And next thing you know, I got like fucking, I put some ground roasted garlic powder in there, and oh my fucking god, You don't understand. And you should try what like oxtails too. And also fill the pot up at least halfway with liquids, at least halfway. All right. And, you know, people be like, oh, you don't have to put that much. No, motherfucker, you want an extra tender. You wanted that. That happened. Trust me. Okay. You always put that half. You put one part, this one part, 1/4 like oil a little bit. Okay. The next part is all your lemons and shit like that, right? Okay. Let me see if you can see me. Oil like right here. Lemons is like that. Okay. In the pot. And then the rest is like water. So halfway, you fill if you listen water and you put your red vinegar in there, get your vinegar, okay, your lemon juice, and understand that. Okay. I love you all, but hate the many of you. I love you all. This same bad time, same bad channel. I don't do my streams all the time, you guys. Okay, I told you this. I don't do streams all the time. But if you join me, I will put your information up there. And I love you all, but hate the many of you. All right. And what else is there to talk about? Talks about multiple different things. I zip right by and shit. Nobody's talking in the chat box, but it's okay because the internet just get a little whack and shit sometimes. But of course, the 5G will. I hope to God I'll be put a spell on that motherfucker. I'll break the motherfucking satellites. I'm gonna break I'm gonna break all of the satellites when it beams that shit down to the side. I'm gonna break the motherfuckers with my magic. I'm gonna break them shits with my magic. I'm just like, yo, you put that garbage up there, and it's not even as fast as fucking 4G. I'll be a pissed motherfucker, right? Peace and love to you, brothers and sisters of light and what's on my page. And thank you very much for PTYM just showing up on my stream. And thank you very much, Steve, for showing up on my stream as well. Thank you very much for RM from Bangladesh, okay, for showing up on my stream as well. And y'all have a nice motherfucking day, okay? Peace.